Good morning. This is Chair French, and I'm convening the regularly scheduled business meeting of the Kansas Corporation Commission for this Thursday, September 28th, 2023. I'm joined by Commissioner Keene and Commissioner Keither. On today's agenda, we have 29 consent agenda items and one noticed item. We will begin with our consent agenda. Commissioners, you've had the opportunity to review all of the proposed orders on that agenda. Let me begin at this time with any questions you may have about the consent agenda items, and I will start with Commissioner Keither.
Not at this time. Thank you.
And Commissioner Keene.
No questions, thank you. I would move approval of the consent agenda, noting, please, my recusal on consent agenda items number 1 and number 2.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda, noting Commissioner Keene's recusals on items 1 and 2. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Seeing none, those in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The consent agenda is approved. We will now move to our one noticed item. This is in docket number 19 WSEE 061 COM. It is a proposed order on Kansas Gas Services motion for sanctions against Evergy Kansas Central. Our presenter for this item is Mr. David Cohen. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Commissioners. Before you is an order on KGS's motion for sanctions. On August 7th, 2018, Kansas Gas Service filed a complaint against Evergy, then Westar, alleging Evergy violated a commission-approved policy by offering payments to developers for all electric housing. On June 16th, 2020, the commission approved a settlement agreement in this matter, which stated that $789,000 would be established as a regulatory liability, which would be returned to customers in the next rate case. In April of 2023, Evergy filed its subsequent rate case. On August 1st, 2023, KGS filed a motion for sanctions against Evergy, alleging Evergy failed to comply with the settlement by not establishing a regulatory liability and not including a plan to return rates to ratepayers in the most recent rate case. KGS did not propose a particular sanction. On August 7th, Evergy replied, explaining that the regulatory liability was not captured in its normal accounting process because it arose from a complaint and that they have since fixed the problem. The order finds that Evergy is responsible for compliance with all commission orders, regardless of whether they arise from a complaint. The order finds that Evergy was out of compliance for 37 months and that a sanction of $100 a month is appropriate for a total sanction of $3,700. So it orders Evergy to pay a civil penalty of $3,700. And I'm available for questions.
Are there any questions for Mr. Cohen on this proposed order? I'll begin with Commissioner Keither.
No.
Commissioner Keene.
Questions, thank you. I would move approval of the order.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, those in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
We have now come to the end of the items noted on our agenda. I do have one announcement to make at the end of today's meeting, and that is simply that we will be canceling our regularly scheduled business meeting for Tuesday, October 10th to accommodate a hearing on that day. We will, of course, follow up with an official notice that will be posted and sent out noting that cancellation. But since that's a deviation from the schedule that's posted on our website, wanted to go ahead and make that public announcement at this time. With that, I have nothing further. And if there is no further business to come before us this morning, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Take care.